Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And running with power here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker III. He'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 13 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Here's 2nd and 8.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. The Seahawks at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Switch it up here and look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. 2nd and 10. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. That'll go as a pickup of 8. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And the numbers for Gibbs from last week: 15 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage from every carry he receives this week.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Off play action. Here's Goff. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Pete Carroll, none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Oh, what a juke into space. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Steps away to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. We've seen this already from him in this game. 2nd time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. If this guy can do it all, let's see where he takes us.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Brandon Williams there on the pass rush. Give him the sack.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And Really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Let's see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And Charbonnet once again.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this will wind up the Lions' first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 1st and 10, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. From the 50, it's Goff. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expected miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, They've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Here's the give to McIntosh. Down to about the 45.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
Bulldozes past him. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, and it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Michael Pittman, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Raiders locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Carlos Dunlap in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Back to throw here. Oh, leap it. He will make the catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And there's not a quarterback in the league that will ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can...
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DK Metcalf from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in. You feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about it.
Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DK Metcalf with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Play action. It's Goff. Finds Gibbs on the check down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now it's gone.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Goff.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now Goff.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now Goff.
He's got room to roam.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Second and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Gone. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
He's up past the 20 at the 22-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Forced out to his left. 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Goff now looking to throw. And he loses the football the second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. That is taken in by the tight end fan. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got it. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. We'll call that a punt, a 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it is apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.